Hey everybody, what's up? For this tutorial I thought we could make something like this. I kind of saw it on Maxon's website, thought it looked really nice, and this is from Twisted Poly, and I'm gonna link to his stuff under the video so you can check him out. Really nice stuff. So when I saw this, first of all, we're not going to make all the text. I'm just going to make the love part. This doesn't really make much sense since we don't have the rest of the heart. So this is a checkbox, So love, check. Groceries, check. Or you can just skip this or make the whole part. But when I saw this, I was thinking, okay, this is really nice. It seems to be round, and then it kind of goes to being, with these nice sharp corners. Looked really nice. But then I found, after I made my example, I found his behance, and you can clearly see that I was way off because there's actually, first of all, it's flat. The backside is kind of flat probably, and there is a sharp edge going through the whole text. So that was kind of a mistake of mine. But we're gonna do it my way because making it this way is a little bit harder. I couldn't find a good automated way to do it because things are gonna twist a little bit. But if you're okay with rotating some vertices here and there, it shouldn't be too difficult to do. But we're gonna do it my way and make it round and create some hard edges where we want them to be because I thought it looked really nice. So let's have a look at how he done stuff. So we can clearly see here how we lit this. So it's a light to the right, to the left, and a big soft one in the front bottom, kind of, just to illuminate, give us um, a good even light illuminated scene. Seems like the only one light is actually casting a shadow, so we're gonna turn off the shadow stuff on our other lights. The background is super simple, also a little bit of noise overall to it, bumpy noise. So what else? We're gonna take it into Photoshop. We're gonna do some sharpening. I kind of like this, and kind of wash it out a little bit. So yeah. So let's head into 3ds Max. So I have a just a close-up render, and we can see some problems that I did kind of messed up. Too sharp. So we're gonna fix that in this tutorial because this is just too sharp, I think. So it kind of fades off to being round again. Comes here, and here it's like flat because I added another sharp edge. So kind of nice. So yeah, it's pretty simple, but it's nice. So let's get started. Okay, so we're in 3ds Max. Let's start off with creating our text. We're gonna trace what he's already done. Shaded, G to remove the grid. Like so. Let's give it a material and add his render. Show it. And let's just fix the bitmap fit so it's correct. And now we can go on and trace this. Oh, by the way, I'm actually going to move this a little bit as well. Move it back. Pressing Alt W to select between these. Now we don't just want to have a spline for everything. We're going to make one for the L, stop here, one for the O, and then one for the rest. And then we're going to weld those things together. We can also actually make this, freeze this, and show frozen as gray, uncheck that. Now we can select it, and let's go to splines. I hate 3's Max splines, it's crap. Just keep it as it is, and let's try to make something here. See how that goes. Can always change this later. Oh yeah, we're actually not gonna have that many. No, actually, you know what? Continuous longer. Let's see. Make a few of these. We need to correct this. Right click to go out of that. Press 1. We can adjust these a little bit. Make this a Bezier. Let's make this smooth. It's pretty repetitive, this, so feel free to skip if you don't want to see me messing around with this. And if you can't move in a certain way, maybe if you select this, I can't go up or down. Click on this. Now we can go both up and to the sides. And yeah, that's cool. Let's make another one for the O. Yes, and press 1. I'm gonna convert this to a Bezier and just play with this. Like so. That's okay. Let's create our last one. Last but not least. Should have some background music. Don't you just hate tutorials that has music in it? But in this case, it could probably be good. We're gonna convert this to not be like that soon. Press 1. I'm gonna convert this to corner, or perhaps Bezier corner. Like that. See, is that okay? Move these around a little bit, maybe give him some love. Yeah. Here's a problem area. Looks crap. It's not exactly like it should be. But are we okay with that? Yeah, we're okay with that. So, now, ladies and gentlemen, we have our text. So now let's unfreeze. Let's just hide that. And because we don't need it anymore. Move this up. So let's create our loft so we can adjust the thickness of it easily. But we need a circle. Doesn't really matter. It can be it is a circle, but I have, what have I done? Like so. Now you can see it's a circle. So let's select that and go to compound object, loft, get path. That's actually wrong. Let's select this and get shape. Now we got something. Let's do the same for these. Get shape. Get shape. So it's a little bit thick, but it's okay. Make this larger. We can now go into our stuff here. This is probably default at 5. Set this to 1. Now we have 8-sided. That's it's gonna be easier to work with when we're gonna weld all of these together. And let's see. That's okay. 1 and 4. Let's go to scale and make this thinner overall. I'm gonna have a look at this on the side. So I'm gonna start off where we're gonna create some points, like so. Make this thinner, perhaps. Let's see, where are we? There we are. Let's make this go down a little bit and maybe make this thicker, like so. Like so. Let's convert these, select them, Bezier smooth. And let's see, is this okay? Yeah, this is fine. And let's do the same thing for this. Like I said, just fast forward if you don't want to see this crap. It should be thicker. Maybe like so. Yeah. And I guess this has kind of the same thickness overall, so let's just stick with it. Now we go to this bad boy and let's create some points. Let's move this. Let's see. This is going to be kind of thin. We're going to move this as well. Like so. Oh, we need to move this. Yeah, that's fine. Convert these to Bezier smooth, smoother, and we're happy with that. What I want to do is let's start off with this one. We need to move this, and now it's just penetrating there. So go to our line, C. So that's the one. Doesn't have to be perfect. I'm not gonna see that. Like so. Good. And now we take this, go to line. So we need this to go outwards, like that. And yeah. Let's see. Like so, maybe. So that's where it comes out. Cool, cool. Oh, here. See, where are you? There. This should be like that, perhaps. You can add some more points if you want to with where are you? Insert. But I can see if I can I try to fix this anyway without that wireframe. Like that. And the last one. Let's see, there you are. Let's have this go under. Like that. That's okay. Now we don't have any penetrations. And we're good with that. That's the boring part. Almost over. What I'm gonna do now is just we can optimize this a little bit. See, have I forgot something? No. So just I'm gonna. Well, we can actually add an editable poly on this for the meantime, and we can remove some stuff here. We don't need all of this. Select this loop. For the turbo smooth, we can see how it's gonna look. So here as well, all of this we can have. Let's see. Can maybe remove. Come on. Maybe we can remove these like so. And here. Not sure. Let's see. Well, yeah, we can have that. It's fine. And these can. No, let's keep those. This should be pretty even. It's totally fine. Let's go with the big boy and editable poly. This. This is kind of optional, but I just wanted to do it anyways. Makes it a little bit easier as well. all of these. It's totally unnecessary. Loop it. Remove. I'm doing Control Backspace to remove it, by the way. This looks fine. There's a bit too many here. Do we really need all of you? No. Like that. And that's about it. So, yes. What I'm gonna do here is, let's just hide this so we can remove the cap on this boy. Also gonna remove this. And we're gonna take this one, do the same thing. Remove. Remove. Come on. Whoops. Let's hide my camera. Let's see. So that's about that. Now we need to weld these. Yep. So I'm just going to collapse all of these down. Like so. Now they are editable polys. I'm going to as well, just to make it a little bit prettier. So now if you don't want to see, so let's say I have, so I don't see any, I don't know what's going on here. Let's see. Some weirdness. Let's just weld. Now it's better. So now I don't see any lines. I'm pressing F4 to do edge. Where are you? Edge faces. But when I select this, I still see it, which is can be annoying. So we can go to our configure viewport and uncheck this, display selected with edge faces. Now I don't see it unless I have this on. This is nice. So let's start off with making these into one. I'm going to remove these. I can remove this spline. And let's see. Let's make another one here, line here. So in the graphite modeling tools, we can go, let's see. It's the Swift loop. So if you hold down Shift, it's going to keep the roundness of it. So now we have that. We can go ahead and if we remove these, it's going to give us 8-sided. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the same thing goes here. It's also 8. That's great. So I'm going to, let's see. Why? Attach this. So now it's one object, but they are separate elements. And let's try select this and this border and just do a bridge. And that's what we get, which could be fine. Let's try to do a weld as well. Where are you? Target weld. Target this. Okay, that's a problem area. See, there you are. So again, target weld. Oh, camera. See if this is okay to do. You never know. these together like so. So let's move this. See if we turn edge constraints on. Where are you? I don't know why it's moving all the time. It's freaking annoying. Oh, it didn't. This way it's gonna follow the surface, so we can't really fuck it up. I'm gonna turn on view. Let's see. Turn on a turbo smooth. Let's see how it looks. So that's kind of fine. Yeah, this is fine. So that's that. Maybe we can add another one here. Let's see. Swift loop. I'm just holding down shift. No, that was not fine. I don't know if we need that. I think it's pretty fine. Melting together like that. So let's do the other one. And this is pretty much the hardest part. So we're almost done. And no, not that. We'll select this. And I'm going to select these. Just remove. Do I have anything? No. I'm just going to remove this spline as well. We don't need that. Or you can save it. So now we need to weld this to something. And what I'm gonna do is, now I don't want that, I want this. Going to select this and do a chamfer. Let's move this down. This is so, I think you can hold down shift or something. No? Control? Well, something. I say something a lot. Wow, it's real. Yeah, let's keep that. Let's see how that works. Gonna remove this and click on this isolation selection mode. Now we only see this. We can use the, let's see, cut, and we need to have this as an 8-sided. We don't want 4-sided. That's too little. And our other object has an 8-side as well, so it's going to be easy to kind of bridge this together. Oh, did I do something wrong there? Yes, I did. Let's do again. Where are you? Cut. It feels like it's moving every time I look here, but probably just me. What we can do is, if I select this, again, select this, let's go to Spherify. Now it creates a sphere for us. And editable poly again. Since those were already selected, if we just click this, we're gonna get that. And we could perhaps make it bigger. Let's go out of isolation. And let's see. It's a bit wonky. We need to attach. So now, this is just one full piece with different elements. Well, this is actually one element, but hold down Control to select all of these, and let's try this. Let's do a bridge. I deselect these. Only have those. And maybe move this a little. We might even. Let's see how it looks, because the important part is how it looks when turbo smooth. And yes, looks nice. Looks definitely nice. I like it. When that is done, let's create these these spheres, whatever you want to call it. So let's start with this. We could create a sphere and just attach it, just like we have done with these, or we can start off with just let's do it from scratch. And front, probably the easiest. I'm going to select this border, and while let's see if we go to local, let's just do view. If I hold down shift, we are creating more topology here, and we can then I have it on local. Scale this, shift, drag. I don't know. Just to do something. Looks kind of funny, but cap. See how that looks. Yeah, no, don't like it, but we perhaps could take these. Do we have this selected? Yeah. Let's try a spherify. Ta-da! It's a sphere. Looks better. I don't know why I even bother with it. It looks kind of weird just having that, but and let's create this bottom one. If we are happy with this, you can. We actually have this selected, so that's awesome. Editable poly. Just click on this. I'm holding down shift, drag, clone to element. Fine. Now we have this. Use it down here. And front view, yes, please. Oh, come on. Rotate. I'm going to scale it, make it bigger. And now I'm going to select these borders and do a bridge like that. Turn on turbo smooth. Ta-da! Awesome. Should we be happy with this? This, I don't like that. Let's add another editable poly. Let's see if we can do something with that. See, perhaps if we, I don't know. I don't know if I should mess with this. I want to waste you guys your time. Like, you know, it's kind of hard to control when we have this many edges. That is one of the reasons why I'm kind of like to remove as much as possible, because it's just gonna make it a lot easier to, well, no, don't like that. This one perhaps. Loop it. Turn on edge. Oh, it's wrong. Loop edge constraint on. Nah. So yeah, we can have that. So almost all the modeling is done. Now we can do the hard edges. And yep. So where do we want to start with this? Let's start here, let's say. And just, I'm going to loop this, deselect. How far should we go? Like here. Make sure, ignore back facing. Gonna have that on. If I select it, it's still there. Great. So that's number one. And let's see. So, you know, in this case, we could probably just move that. Oh, we have something wrong there. Maybe we should end this here. Yeah. So in this case, we could probably just push this out. And that's fine because it's kind of everything kind of looking to the camera, and it just doesn't, the normal is kind of the same on all of these. So let's do that for this. We're gonna need to use another technique later, like that perhaps. Now, if you have 2015 or 2016, you have a chamfer modifier, I believe. If you are on 2014 or under, you don't, unless you have quad chamfer. If you don't have quad chamfer and you don't want to buy it, it's $20, I believe. I'm gonna leave a link. You could use just chamfer, right? Do it like so. Have two like that, let's say. Well, you know what? I'm actually going to, I don't know if let's add another editable poly just in case. Again, chamfer, add another one. And what you need to do is use cut. You need to cut this to here, and like so, and then just remove these. Control backspace, just remove it like so. That's what you need to do. But I'm gonna be using quad chamfer because I like it. Turn that on. Let's do point 2 like so, and if we add a turbo smooth, you see we get some nice hard edges. And of course we could of course, let's see, we could change this. We want a softer, harder. Let's do 0.16 then, like that. And if we want this to be more smooth, right now it's a lot harder. It goes from round to sharp fast. We could take these, turn on edge constraint, and just scale this out like so. So it's further apart, like so. This is going to give this more smooth transition. So I'm just going to do that for these. Like so. And let's create another one. Another one here. Start from here. We can, let's see, take that, and I'm just gonna grow the selection. So, and remove that. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we shouldn't have that. No, let's go for the O instead. Loop it. Let's just have it go around. And this is also fine, just pushing out. So we do that. And we just basically just do the same thing. Oh, and by the way, something that I kind of forgot is on this one, let's do it on this one, whatever. We might want to push this in. Let's have local on. Okay. Let's see, where are you? This is not what I want to do. If I turn another one, see. No. So I'm not sure what is going on with the gizmo, but let's just say fuck it and use the view and just make this also fade a little bit so it goes smoothly. Select these. We do the same thing. Quad chamfer and 0.17, maybe 18. Quad. Editable poly. Select these. Edge constraint. Holding down shift to select multiple. Come on. Hey. Control. See? Learn something new every day. Control. Select multiple. Scale it. And see how that looks. Nice. Ouch. Is it sharp? So let's go for this one. And let's see. Let's select this and do expand this. Have it go there. Perfect. And well, basically do the same thing. Now this, let's check the other one. Like instead of just going outwards like this, because it might not work if, as you can see here, this is more straight onto the camera than these one are. They should probably go a bit down as well. We can use the paint deformer, push and pull. So I'm gonna make this weak, and here you can either have a small brush size and brush, or we can do a large one. And since we have these selected, these are the only ones that are going to be affected. Press that. No, really? Like that. That's fine. And let's see. And this is kind of wonky, so I'm just gonna add another one. See, does this work now? Yes, now it works. The local, so the Z axis would be correct. Follow the mesh. Same thing here. Move this down a little bit. Click on our edges. And basically do the same thing. 0.18. And let's go to edit poly. Select these. Edge constraint. Smooth this. Very repetitive. Most of you have probably fast forward by now. It's okay. Let's just do one more. You know, you could create another one to kind of get a hard. Well, let's do that. Let's do that. Just like this. I'm gonna grow it. back face to that, like so. And let's do the push and pull. Push and pull, like so. Maybe like that. Turn it off. Another editable poly. We should probably collapse that. It's fine. Wasn't that affected, but yeah. Let's do a quad chamfer. Like so. And editable poly. And since I'm adding new editable poly modifiers, I have to recheck these. This is fun, huh? Aren't you excited? Okay, so we got that now. I like it. Should we create one more? I know it's, just fast forward if you don't like it. I know it's kind of annoying with the whole modeling stuff. Not that this is much of a modeling tutorial, but let's do like this. This is gonna be a hard edge. Push and pull, something we need. Yeah, because this is kind of facing down left and this is right, so it's better to have them push out the normal. Make this 50. Yeah. Editable poly. We can zoom by clicking Z. So anything you have selected, can quickly zoom into that. Local is on. Move this down. Wow, maybe I overdid this. Yeah, whatever. It's okay. Okay. We have it selected. Once again. Edge constraint, we know that by now. Let's do another one. Like so. Now I'm going to collapse this. First, I want to check how it looks. Okay, so this is a bit wonky. Let's see. It's 2 of these. We don't need that many. Can remove this. Loop it. Control backspace. See how smooth it is now. So the fewer of these you have, the easier it is going to be to have a smooth shape. And let's collapse 2. Now it's collapsed. Fine. Now we are done with our modeling. Wow. Awesome. Now let's get started with shaders and light this. Okay. So shader it is. Let's correct the headphones. And let's start off with this material here. It's simple. Did I have a bitmap? Okay, let's create a Vray material. For the diffuse, I thought it looked kind of nice with a fall off. So grazing angles is going to get another color. I'm just gonna cheat and copy these colors, paste these, try to make this as fast as possible. Already wasted a lot of time. Like that, so we can give this a fall off if we want to have a stronger effect. Like so, maybe. And basically just reflection 0.9, and I also added GGX 0.7 to more fall off instead of being this is the default, like so. It just gives us a nicer fall off, really, so more realistic, although doesn't really do much for this image. But and that's, my friends, are about it for this shader. And let's go to front view and create our background plane. Let's create a big one, like so. And let's just move this outwards a little bit, like so. Beautiful bluish color. And this one is super simple as well. So we want to create these dots and get some bump as well. So first thing, let's create a composite, like Photoshop. I'm just going to copy the color that I used because I thought it was okay. It's a V-Ray color. Copy this, paste it in. That's the color, almost gray, a little bit of a blue-green tint. So now we create our dots, gradient ramp, and have this white. I'm gonna use a multiply. Let's have this like so, maybe. Let's look at this, and we want to use a radial. Tile twice. So a little bit of tweaking. Let's see. So that's what I write now. Now we need to add a UV W map. It's in the list here. Let's make this square. Let's try twice. Really? Okay. 5 then. Is it too much? 7. Let's rotate it as well. Turn on angle snap. Wow, we can barely see how it snaps. No! That was the wrong one. So, now we have that pattern. And that's about what we need to do with that. Maybe we want to have a bit smaller. 6. Let's see. Seems like it's less. Let's have it like that. Turn this to multiply. And let's do a quick render. No, we can't do that yet. Well, we can do a render anyways. I don't have any lights. Turn off GI for now. Wow, So pretty. So pretty. Yeah, I know it looks like shit, but I'm gonna fix that. I think the dots are okay. Could perhaps be a bit smaller, like so. Before we do anything else, let's just create our lights. So from where do we want it? Let's create them here. So we're gonna use a Vray plain light. Let's not do that yet. Well, it had target on. Well, I guess it's just have to be target then. Whatever. Fix this. Let's move this in the middle. Now we can move this where we want it. Make this smaller. 0.5 in multiplier. Not cast shadow, that's fine. We can have it invisible. Shift drag to copy. And depending on how we want the shadows as well, let's have it like that. I want to make this smaller. So smaller and stronger. So we get some stronger shadows. And cast shadow on. Let's copy this one. We don't want any shadows on that. Oh, was that actually a... it was not unique. So cast shadow. Not cast shadow. So, good. Move this down. Make it larger and a lot weaker. Like so. What I'm going to use is a Vray softbox. We can create that. So I have one of these. Click on the texture. Let's find our Vray softbox. Drag it in as an instance, like always. I'm going to use radial vignette and hotspot on. And I'm actually going to use that for all of these. Just drag it in. Drag it like that. Damn cough. So let's move the camera a little bit. I think I have locked it. Yep. Have it like maybe this. It's fine. Let's hide it again. Turn on GI and do a test render. So this needs quite a bit of tweaking. It's not good enough. This can be closer, I think. This, instead of making it... Oh, really? Let's see. Ah, it was too small. Just because it was instance before. So, I think 5. Depending on the multiplier, if you have a big light, it's of course going to be a lot stronger, so we need to counter that. Let's do another, starting to get there. Still way too weak. This can be maybe 30. This can be 10. Okay. That's starting to look quite nice. So I'm just gonna, I'm pausing the recording when I render, so you don't have to see it. It's not that fun. Starting to get there, pretty even. It's kind of strong, but it's could be okay. So let's continue on with this. I think I want these to be 4, 4, and perhaps a bit bigger. I'm gonna copy this, go to maps, and here we're gonna create yet another composite. Let's do an output, and then we can instance this. So in case we need to invert this, we can do that without messing up the other one, because if we invert it here, it's going to be inverted on the diffuse as well. So, but I don't know, might be good like that. We add a noise fractal, make this really small, blur point 15, make this a bit more contrasty, like that. We can just 30%, could be okay. Let's try to render this again. So this is what we got so far. What I want to do is, let's lower the opacity on our diffuse dot to, let's say, 60%. And we probably need to play a little bit with the light as well, because you want to get some nice reflection. Let's see. I guess it's okay. We can add another light that's just for the reflection if we want to. The bumps looks a little weird. Let's see what I did, because I did manage to get something decent looking. 0.01, yeah. So make it smaller. Fade it. Let's create another light as well. I'm gonna copy this, and this one we are going to exclude plane. It's not going to be used for the plane. And not going to affect diffuse, only specular reflection. So do local, make this smaller. And here we just have to play, or you have to play with something that you think look good. As you can see, we get more reflection here, but it's not affecting anything else, which is fine. It's a bit strong, the shadow one. Let's turn this down to 20. Yeah. less. Yeah. Let's move this up a little bit. That's better. Like this line here. Not fond of this. We can fix that. Let's try it underneath. See what do we get. Well, we get barely nothing. That's nice. Yeah. Let's say we are happy with that. But I do want to change this, by the way. I know I'm a pain in the ass right now. Thin it out, make it bigger. Okay, that's a little bit better. But it's of course a lot stronger now because we made it bigger. And let's make a full render. Pause it. Okay, so this is what we have. I made the shadow light a little bit bigger and cast a little bit less. But that's about it. And what do we need to do? Let's just, I'm not gonna render this whole, but I will make a little region here. Just see what we can do. So 0.5 perhaps. Make this stronger. Now we have something more. Yeah, that looks all right. Not sure if we need to. We can lower that a little bit as well. And yeah. What else? What do we have? Do we have anything else to do in 3D? Yeah, we are actually going to help out the shadows a little bit. So let's do a region render here. So we're going to try to make this a bit stronger with the help of our friend Vray Dirt. So in the diffuse for our plane background, we use a, where are you? Vray Dirt. And now we are going to, okay, so I don't know the values. I'm gonna boost this up a little. I don't know what I'm doing, but we'll see. We can give it some color or not. Let's see. Helps a lot. I think we can. What was it I was gonna do? Well, we need to have this a multiply. So anything that is white is not going to be shown. You all know how that works. What we can do is to make this stronger. We can add this into a output. Keep old, and can make this stronger if you want to. So if I do like that, it doesn't really do anything for us. What the hell? There we go. Well, of course, this is really strong. Don't want to have that strong of an effect, but can help it out a little bit. Make it more contrasty, like so. I'm also gonna make this to 32 subdivs, so we get a better quality. I'm rendering at pretty low settings now in Vray, so we're gonna have a look at that. We could give this some purplish color. Well, can't really see anything, but it's there. It's good enough for me. um, so yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's look at the settings. So let's see. Resolution, whatever you want, really. So I'm using, this is pretty much always use 1 to 8, and now it's 0.05. I'm gonna render this at 0.01 to make this crisp and nice. So environment, nothing. Always use linear multiply. Well, I'm always using it. And 2.2. Using, I'm not dividing subdivs. This is, if you have this, the checkbox is kind of the old way of working with Vray, where you would have higher subdivs because it's you don't really get the amount that you say that you want, so it kind of divide it and do stuff. It's really complicated. I'm not even going to try to explain it, but I have this off, and GI irradiance map light cache. I mean, if you want to use, this is not really, if you want to use brute force, you're going to get basically the same look. It's not like it's a major change. Very low everything, so it's really here doesn't matter. Here, let's see, let's do a quick render. Let's show you what we're gonna use. Let's just render this out. Okay, so just look at some of the render elements we're gonna use. You don't have to, but I'm going to use the specular and reflection. That's pretty much it. I don't need to select anything, so I'm gonna delete raw lighting, raw reflection gone. So let's just use these, and that's all. So yeah, I'm gonna render this out, and then we're gonna head into Photoshop and do the last stuff there. When I render this out, save it out, I'm just saving this out with this. So save all image channels. So you just pick where you want to save it. So see you in Photoshop. Hey, so we're back in Photoshop land. Now, this was kind of unfortunate. Our light that were only used for reflection, of course, gave us a fucking shadow. But you know, I'm gonna say I don't care, and we're gonna move forward. So let's create a group. I'm gonna call it CC for color correction. I have, let's start with the specular. Spec, I'm gonna turn it to screen, just to give it a little bit extra pop. And reflection, see if that looks okay. That's nice. Just brighten things up a little. You can of course, give it a mask and just paint where you want stuff not to be, typical Photoshop stuff. Now let's create our first. So these adjustment stuff layers basically do the same thing, or I mean not everyone, but so we can have like a curve, and if we gradient map, so they kind of do the same thing really. So if I want to have more contrast, well, not levels, I wanted curves. So let's do curve. Say I want, darken the darker parts and making the lighter parts lighter. I can do that, but with we'll probably need to have, let's see. So it's kind of a more visual way of working. If you wanted to tint colors, let's say, so dark stuff should be, let's say, green. So let's see. Let's do something. So like that. Not saying that this looks good, but so it's not so easy to work with always. And you might rather work with the gradient map. So the left side handles the dark stuff on your dark values. So if I wanted this to be green, I could have done like that. Oops. Really? How many did I create? Just to overlay, perhaps. A soft light. So we starting to get some greenish colors. Oh my god, my mouse is weird. I actually made this black. That's kind of skillful. So we have green on the dark stuff. But well, anyways, whatever. Let's do something with this. Start off fresh. This is not going to be any super awesomeness going on here. So maybe there's some contrast. I don't know. We can use a selective colors. So here we have our red stuff. Since we have this selected to reds, it's going to do stuff with our red red values on our image. So if you want to change the color, we can easily do that. I'm going to give it something like so. See if I can. I mean, we're going to wash this off as well, so we might do stuff for what else? Let's do another one called washed. This is pretty typical stuff you do if you want to wash things out. Let's start with a levels. We want to remove some of the black stuff, like so. We can also, on top of this, do a black and white and just turn down the opacity. Let's do, where are you? Color balance. Let's go to the shadows. So here we can also give it a tint a bit like that, perhaps. Let's see, which is it? Well, that's kind of nice. Maybe not so washed out though. Let's see. Lighten. And let's do a, no, not gradient map. We can do a gradient. Let's try this out for first. Do like vivid light, I think. Some nice effect. Like so. Oops. Like that. But we can go into the CC again. See. Can still make it a bit contrasty perhaps. You know, if you want to add some bling bling. Let's go in here. Let's give this a color. Let's take one. Oops. Well, let's see, what do I have? Hard light. It's always as fun playing around with. I think hard light is kind of nice. I'm not going to use it, but can I give it some? No? Okay, I see. You hate it. What about do some, turn it to black and go for a color dodge perhaps. And we can do another one. Just clip it, holding down Alt, click between. Boom. Huh? What about that? Looks awesome. Okay, I know. It doesn't look good. No, you know what? Let's skip this. I'm just playing with you. I was just testing you. So yeah, that's kind of nice, I think. So let's take these. I'm gonna make a copy. Original. And you can't see it here, but merge layers. I'm gonna make a copy of this. And let's see, filter. I'm gonna add some noise. 2 usually are kind of nice. You can barely see it. It depends on the resolution, but let's go with 2. I usually go with 2, no matter what. And well, let's just make a copy of that. And my favorite, where are you? I should know. Smart Sharpen. This is just gorgeous, just so awesome. And this is usually a good, same thing here, you know, depends on resolution and stuff, but you know, this looks ugly, but well, this settings is quite nice. Okay, that, and if you like, once you do this, it's like, don't want to go back. Do not want to go back. It's so sharp and nice. So yeah, and a vignette maybe, someone. I'm just gonna, let's just put this in a group. No, I'm just gonna merge it. Merge group. Make a copy in case there are some multiple ways of doing this. I mean, we could use the is it lens correction, I think. Oops, that was big. Make this smaller. Custom, we have the vignette. So make it, let's see, can we like scale down? Yeah. Oh, look at that shadow, damn it. So need to worry about that a little bit. Boop, boop, boop. Man, I'm not gonna use that. I'm going to what can we do? So I'm going to just the layer, ellipse, zoom back in, out, I mean, maybe like that. Control Shift I to invert, and just fill this with black. Having that selected, blur, Gaussian blur, just Gaussian that shit out like that. And what else? I want to tint this, so that's not kind of nice. Overlay. Yeah, you don't like it? Okay. So we can double click on it. see, color, perhaps make a beautiful pink. No, not pink. What is it? I totally forgot. You know it better than me, so not gonna say anything more about that. Wow, it's not really working for me. We can just tone it down, perhaps. So now we have a little vignette-ish. Yeah. Something else we can do? I don't know. You know, it's. I thought of something, but I totally forgot about it. But yeah, this is basically the end of the tutorial. And thank you if you watched this all through. You know, I'm sorry about the length, but it is what it is. Of course, want to make shorter ones, but it's sometimes just hard. Times fly when you have fun, right? See, did I spell this right? No, I didn't even spell it. It wouldn't be my fault. So see you in the next tutorial. That will be out when, well, soon as possible. So have a good one. Bye bye.